Hi. This is a video because I think this would be better than me trying to do this via sort of text on Twitter. So a recent tweet by Video Cards basically said that the 4080 is about 30 to 37% faster than the 3080. This isn't good because it actually kind of proves the idea that this 3080. I'm assuming that they're using the 3080 12 gig. That's what I'm assuming, but I haven't checked. I will say that. But the reason why I say I think they're using the 12 gig is because that would line up with what we were saying about these being 4070s and not 4080s. Let me explain. So, generally, with an architectural update, we assume a similar performance jump for each individual card compared to their previous card within a sort of 5 to 10% margin. But generally, it's going to be a similar jump because of the architectural jump. Now, assuming we took the jump between the 4090 and the 3090 as a baseline, that gives us a score of about 212 points. By the way, these are the numbers that I originally predicted, and this is kind of a spoiler as to what's going to go on here. So, with a 212 point score, we should assume that the 3080 would get a similar performance jump to the 4080. So the 3080 currently has a score of 359. So if we were correct in saying that, is it 359? Yes. If that were correct, we should see a score of about 571. Now, that is what we assumed, and the reason I say that as well is because this is also backed up by the idea that AMD put out a article basically saying that the 7900 XTX was meant to go against the 3080 and not the the 4080 and not the 4090. If that's correct, my predicted of a 570 for AMD, which I put out a while ago, would absolutely be in line with what we would be expecting a 4080 to be. But bear in mind, I am a single analyst. I am very sure that AMD have got very similar analysts and very similar engineers, if not even better than me. But the fact that my prediction is about in line with what we should be seeing, yeah, just to give you an idea. That's what we would expect, right? That's the 4080 that we should be expecting. However, if this 30 to 35, 37% is correct, even if we gave it a 37% and give it the best performance, even if we gave it a 40%, we're seeing around a 492-ish performance. And to give you an idea, if that's the case, a 492, even if we took off this 212, we should be expecting that the equivalent current gen, if we just work backwards, the equivalent current gen would have a score of about 279.83. And if you look at what card has a 279.83, that puts it in line with within margin of error, as I said, within margin of error of the 3070. Which means that if that score that video cards put out is somewhat the same across the board, which it probably will, it will not be exact. So obviously this is not an exact sort of 212 sort of jump, but realistically it will be within margin of error. That would prove credence to the idea that this is a 3070, or say a 4070 rebranded as a 4080. Now, I'm not saying that's the case, but what I am saying is that if that is what is true, if that 30 to 37% is true, this would give incredible amounts of credence to the idea that this is not what we're expecting. Like, look at the difference in performance. Like, if this is true, like we are seeing a sort of point difference of 79 points. And to give you an idea of what a difference between a 79 points is, that's the difference between a 2080 Super and a 6800, right? Oh, actually, it's probably a better one we could probably use. Okay, a 1660 Super to a 2070 Super, right? This is how big of a jump that is, right? And that's the current performance metrics that they're proposing to us, right? That is insane. In fact, it's not even that. It's like a 6600 XT to a 1660 Super because it's around 80 points. So it'd actually be close to this. Just take that into consideration, and it's just insane. All right, that's all I'm going to say. Have a good day. Bye.